Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Fate of Atlantis Episode 1 for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, grabbing the Blasphemer achievement. This is to destroy all of the Maiden statues in the DLC. This is going to be one of the many types of collectibles in the DLC. They are going to be located all over the map. There are a total of 18 of them. They are marked on your map because they count as locations, so if you get lost, just go to the question marks, but I will be showing you the locations on the map and the actual location once you get here. So they're going to usually be in these little shrine things, these like pillars, and they're going to be right here. To destroy them, all you have to do is just use your weapons and then just smack them around a bit until they crumble. Once you complete the location, that will count 1 towards the achievement. Once again, there's a total of 18 spread across the 4 different areas of the region. So first one's easy enough, it's just in that open shrine. A few of them are going to be in dungeons, so you have to do a little bit of a dungeon crawl. For example, this second one requires you to take a dip under this waterfall and then swim through this cave until you emerge on the other side. There should be a little dungeon with a little puzzle solving that can be frustrating, but just make your way through. If you played any of the dungeons from the main game, this should be a piece of cake. And you should be on your way to this achievement if you are one of those people who need to clean up the entire map in order to finish an Assassin's Creed game. So keep that in mind, you'll get this along the way. So I also recommend having the viewpoints all unlocked already. That way you can just fast travel around, which will save you a ton of walking. There's a lot of climbing in this DLC, so keep that in mind as well. But you can also use the wings of Aramis teleporters if you want to. But nonetheless, back to this particular dungeon. After that very annoying block puzzle, that's simpler than it's made out to be, so don't overthink it. Just break down that wall, and in this room is going to be your next statue. So make sure you destroy it. As you can see, there are some colossi. Make sure you don't wake those guys up because they will mess you up. But on to number 3 on the far left of the map in this corner. This is going to be another shrine thing. If you get lost, just look for the giant triangles made of 2 pillars. And this is the first one protected by some normal enemies as well as some colossi. Make sure you stealth assassinate them or pick them apart using your arrows. But once you manage to take them out, you should be good for the statue. Once again, be very, very careful not to wake the colossi because those guys will give you a ton of trouble, as you can see here. But as long as you take your time, make sure you're careful. If you do wake them up, just be mindful on fighting them because they will destroy you. Just blow up the statue, and that should be number 3 out of the way. Alright, on to numero 4. This one's going to be in the middle of the left area, so head over here. Once again, another giant 2 pillars stacked next to each other to look like an A. Climb up the little cliff side right here, and as you can see, there are soldiers. Generally speaking, there's going to be anywhere from 2 to 4, sometimes 5 or 6, but it's nothing too bad. I recommend using the stealthy approach because, once again, every Elysium enemy in the DLC has the ability to freeze and drain your adrenaline, which really sucks if you use it to heal yourself, so be a little careful. If you do take too much damage, just hang on a cliff or something. They can't follow you since enemies can't climb surfaces in this game, so just kind of hang there, let your health come back, and then once you're ready to get back to fighting, climb back up and start to finish them off. Or if you are careful, you can just use stealth to take them out so you don't have any trouble, but up to you, obviously. I just don't recommend the hand-to-hand approach for these enemies since adrenaline is a big part of the combat system. But nonetheless, we got another one out of the way. We're going to move over here to the far right of the left side. This one's going to be in a cave, so as you can see, another kind of dungeon crawl, but caves are way more linear than dungeons and don't really have any puzzles on them. So bust out your torch and then make your way through the cave. Once you see these banner things, just go inside and you should see another shrine. There's only going to be 1 enemy here, so you can very easily sneak up on him. There's also a few colossi. Once again, be careful not to wake those guys up. Very, very, very annoying to fight if I haven't made that clear enough. So as you can see here, we are just going to use stealth assassination and then just blow up the statue. Easy peasy. And that one's going to be the final one for the left area. The left and right areas have 6, and the bottom and top areas have 3. So the map is pretty symmetrical in terms of collectible distribution, so keep that in mind if you're following along. 6 on the left, 3 on the bottom, 6 on the right, 3 up top. So that's going to total for 18. So as you can see, the first one in the bottom is going to be in the bottom left of the map. Second one's going to be in the middle with all these waterways right here. Do a little swimming, climb up, fight the enemies, you know the deal, and just be a little careful. There's going to be a lot of bushes, so just take your time with those stealth assassinations. You should only really fight the enemies one-on-one in a last ditch effort in case they do get the jump on you, but once you blow up the statue, you should be good. Last one for the south area is going to be in the bottom right over here on the edge of the map. Another giant shrine thing with the 2 pillars in the shape of an A, as you can see. You can notice them from pretty far away, so you shouldn't get too lost if you're struggling. And they are marked on your map, so don't be too worried about not finding anything. It's just the one in the dungeons that might give you a little trouble, like that one that's underwater or the one that was in a cave. But this is another statue that you can get out of the way. You can also avoid fighting the enemies and just focus on the statues, but once again, they will mess you up if they gang up on you, and if the colossi come to life, that's even worse. But if you really want to just rush this achievement, you can just go straight to the statue, destroy it, and then quickly run away. And that's going to do it for the bottom area. We can move on to the right area, starting from the bottom and working our way up top so we can make a complete circle and finish up with the top area. So this one is going to be in this open area. Once again, look for the pillars. The one with the A shape is usually going to be the one with the statue underneath it. Just go up to it, blow it up, and then we should be one more out of the way. So once we knock that one out of the way, we can move up north. This one's on the border with the south area. Do a little climb. This one only has a few colossi protecting it, so you can just sneak up right behind them. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Just go up to the shrine and then blow up this statue. As you can see, there are no enemies right here, so this one's pretty safe, except for that guy. Ignore that guy. So after you take that out, we can move on up north even more over here. This is right outside of the city-ish area. You have this walkway right here with some pillars, and you have this kind of small open area in this canyon right here. Climb up to avoid any enemies, and then just sneak your way slowly over there, right in the middle. Watch out for the colossi. Don't attack them because they will mess you up. Or you can also take your time and try to kill everything else. You can also try to fight the colossi by stealth assassinating them, but generally you can't take out a colossi in one stealth assassination because they have a ton of health. So you have that to look forward to, or to avoid, whatever's up to you. Moving up north even more, we have this one on this cliffside. So we're going to hide, take out the enemies one at a time, and then avoid activating the colossi, and then one more statue to our collection. Pretty repetitive collectibles, but that's every collectible in every video game, by the way. Anyways, this one's going to be across the river from the fort up top. Swim across, you have these lion statues right here, and then we have another shrine with some more enemies protecting it, of course. So bushes all over the place, and hide and stealth assassination are our way. And then the colossi are going to come to life, and that's always inconvenient, and then we're just going to make a run for the statue. Hurry up and blow it up and then run away because we don't want to fight the colossi, because if they kill us, it's very annoying to have to redo everything. So one more statue out of the way again, and again on to the next one. Alright, next one's going to be on the left side of the right area, towards the middle of the map. This one's going to be in this big open area. Once again, look for the giant A, and then just go in from the backside, and you could take out the statue unbeknownst to the enemies. So just quickly take it out before they notice you, and you can get the jump on them. And that one is going to wrap up the right area. Then we are up to the north for the last 3. So we should be at 15 out of 18 at this point. First one is going to be in the bottom middle. Once again, look for the 2 pillars that make the A, and then we're going to sneak up. Some colossi here, but just sneak past them, and then on to the statue, blow this one up, and then we have the final 2. Now, annoyingly, they are going to be on opposite sides of the area, so you're going to have to do a lot of walking or a lot of horse riding, but it's pretty cliff heavy, so be a little careful with your horsing around. But whatever the case, first one on the right is going to be right here in this open area with the staircase and then the stone platform. Take out the enemies, blow up the statue, you know the deal. You have pretty much all of them at this point. And then we are down to the final one. So we are on to the left side right here on the border with the left area. So go over here, and the final one's going to be right over here in a very similar looking area because a lot of the map is kind of samey looking. A lot of climbing and pillars and what have you. But as you can see, take out the final guys. Blow up the statue. Colossi are chasing us, but whatever. We are on our way to the achievement, so we can care less. So we are going to try to blow it up, and then once it goes down, run away from the colossi, and our achievement should pop on our escape route. There it is. It's going to be for 20 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.